Thank you, Jim. And certainly I want to thank everybody for having me here tonight, and it is an honor to speak to all of you. I first want to acknowledge someone that I really admire, and I know that this has been done tonight, but I want to say a word to Congressman Brett Guthrie. Brad is doing a great job for us in Washington, and has always been a true friend of ours. As we said earlier, I also want to acknowledge the Republican elected officials here, including State Senator Paul Hornback, County Judge Executive Bill Carr, Sheriff Buddy Stump. Thank you all certainly for what you do for Spencer County. We certainly appreciate that. Also, I want to mention Gary Tapp, former state senator, and Representatives Kim King, Brad Montel, and David Floyd. And I said to Brad earlier that he was so good that nobody will even challenge him. So that's good. And finally, I do want to mention our GOP chairwoman, Lynn Hesselbrock. Let's give her a huge hand. Before I talk about why I'm running for Lieutenant Governor, I want to say a word about my running mate, Senate President David Williams. This time of year means there are many Lincoln Day dinners on Fridays and Saturday nights, and that's not always been the case, so that's a good thing. So we decided tonight to divide and conquer. He's in McCreary County speaking to the good Republicans there, and he sends his regards to all of you here in Spencer County. I'm proud to be on the ticket with David Williams. He's been on the front lines in Frankfort many years fighting for conservative values. Lower taxes, less spending and debt, pro-life bills, you name it. David Williams is going to make a great governor because he is a bold leader. We are not afraid to make the tough decisions to move the state forward. David often says that Steve Beshear needs to lead, follow, or get out of the way. It has become clear that Beshear can't lead, won't follow, so that means come November, we're moving him out of the way. So why am I running for Lieutenant Governor? It's pretty simple, really. I'm running because I love Kentucky. This state has been good to me since I was a little boy. Kentucky is a place where my dreams came true. And I want that very same thing for every child in this state. I feel an obligation to give back through public service. 10 years ago, the last thing I would have ever said is that I would be involved in politics. But sometimes you have to step up and do what is right, especially when you've been given so much. I think people are leaving Kentucky because they don't see this as a place for the kind of opportunity they want for their children. And I don't think Kentucky has done enough to retain those folks or attract new people. People ask me all the time, what is Kentucky's most important crop? Some say corn, others say soybeans, horses, cattle, but I always say the most important thing we raise in Kentucky is our young people. We cannot have a successful future unless we educate our young people and create a climate where they can find good jobs. And that's why I'm running. I want my 3 boys to have opportunities to succeed in Kentucky. I want their children to someday have opportunities in Kentucky. And I just feel like that we're not doing enough to make that possible. We have a lot to do to get our state moving again. We need improvements in education. We need to change our tax code so that production is not punished. We need to get the state government under control and return power to the people. In Kentucky, we tax just about anyone or everyone who has a good idea, and that simply has to stop. I feel strongly that we need a new team in the governor's office to move us forward. I promise you that David Williams and I will not back down from facing tough challenges head on. We can and will get things done for the people of Kentucky. We're going to make the tough decisions, we're going to make things happen to rescue our state from the crisis of inaction and ineffectiveness it faces in Frankfort. A great Kentuckian and great Republican, Abraham Lincoln, once said, and I quote, "I am a firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. I have faith in the people, and so I believe Lincoln is right even today. But we all have an obligation in light of that faith. If we're going to meet the challenges and create the future we all want for our kids and our grandkids, we have to do it together. You can't just sit up in the bleachers and compare notes. You have to come down on the court and play." I once had a coach that said, anytime you get a group of people working together to achieve a common goal, there's no limit to what can be accomplished. Victories come to those who work for them, who work for them, who fight for them. And we have to reach and work and fight together as a team. So tonight, I ask you to join the Williams Farmer ticket. Together, we can get Frankfort's fiscal house in order and create prosperity for Kentuckians by reforming the tax system and making Kentucky the best place in the country to create jobs. Together, we reject the idea that there is anything second best about Kentucky or that there's any problem we can't solve. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve as your Agriculture Commissioner, and I'm humbled by the support I've received from the people of the state of Kentucky. Together, we can move Kentucky forward. Thank you for fighting for conservative values and having me here tonight. David and I look forward to earning your vote in May and November. Again, thank you for the opportunity to be here, and may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.